Hello, Friedrich here, filing complaint with at UN, New York. And don't do it, please. As the last time you did, it was not working out. Look, there it is. There it is. I'm doing it a little bit different. My mother, as I had learned before, was behaving like she was having a legal, of course, and then it was half legalized, and it was even put at a secret level. And this was done by giving or going to the people that were suspicious. Yeah, the technique. I'm not saying it is North Atlantic Treaty Organization. I'm not saying that. And there's another thing. This was given. No, it was built in this house, and it was said, this is because we have no side. It is false to say it is my choice. It was by state or states, I do not even know if NATO, if Warsaw Pact. This was private, but it was recognized as being very much somehow. Me as a child, really. Oh, let me see. I was trained to do our protection by doing, stay out of it, and we help both sides with economic help. This is me. This, of course, as you can easily understand, to picture my complaint. This is really filing complaint. And why? And this, of course, is the state of today. This as a proof, because this is police report, the 28th. This by myself, you see, it is important. If you look at things, you might ask, is the state doing the right thing? It is hiding behind the sayings of others. Politics hiding behind doctors. And that's really the problem. Those of today. I could do it, even that I show you it is me, by doing something like that, you see. There you have me. And I'm not joking. It is something people stay where they are and do nothing. Even my mother, after I had been with the UN, and I knew those are contract rights to have an environment that is not somehow with new technology being somehow. You might look at the channel, or I show you everything, that you might not say it was not for you to look, because this is German, but you can look. This could be is my own detective work, and I'm not working with one side or the other. You see, this is for you to help. Yes, it is, of course, collecting your input and no visits at the doorstep, because what is police doing? Police is doing a thing, and this had been, I can even give you the date, this had been there. 21st September the 16th. And this is really police coming, and I had the suspicion it was really the case that people thought me being a danger, and then police came, and this is not what I'm looking, this is only a schoolmate. This is the sad situation where you have the specialists and prayer is not helping, is not doing enough. And this is the background. Born in an unknown hospital, yes, and then being raised there. Why is that taken? People have no interest, and then hide behind things. And this is a complaint. This is the complaint. Again, December 28th. Why again? The doctors are allowed. The doctors are allowed to what? The doctors are allowed to explain. And this is the so-called green screen. It is blue. And this is all built by myself. And then, nevertheless, people dishonor my mother. People dishonor, of course, that is not in any contract. But the politics are not allowed to represent me. No, those are not even there. And is he? He's questionable. I have nothing, and he is not even there. There is not me, not me. And I'm really saying it is not me who sat at the table, and there was a death. Somehow, a diplomat. Somehow, he died, and then people sitting there, and this is not what I do. Sit there and negotiate about money. You cannot solve this with money. You can't do so. And I'm showing you again what was there. This is the telephone? No, this it is. You see? And it is really something from today. And this can be looked at as being something because it was built in. And then the neighbors came and snooped and looked. And this is not the problem, the neighbors. And it is not, first of all, about me. It is people were interested. And this could be something. No, this is from of old. Has nothing to do with it. This is my detective work. And since then, people are looking at things. And you can, of course, you can look at it. And they're making something out of it. But this was not built in without we recognizing it. It was built in, you understand, because to help to prevent the atomic confrontation. And it was said it is in more than one side. But what is it? It is not an accusation to the East. It is rather an evidence. And then people go to police. What's going on? People go to the police? Really? They go to the police? And then? What's going on? The neighbor was calling police. He's going and he may be tampering with the automobiles standing at the Rostocker. And I asked police, I want an answer, why those came and molested me. It is not that dangerous that police is standing there. It is dangerous. Those see me as a danger. I have no protection by them. No protection by the doctors. It is rather those follow orders. I have no complaint against police. I'm saying I've complained what they do. I've complained against what they do. Complaints filing a complaint now is to United Nations against the not working right of that, what ought to be a help. You understand? And when had that been? She went to a man, and I was there as a private detective. I was trained to do it myself, without any official. Because my mother said, I have only you. I have only you, and I'm private, but I'm not intelligence, I'm not. I had that before. And then my enemies are there where they say wrongly, without any. It is my brain that is working, and tonight I had an aching in the head. It is there. This is left where there is the brain for something, and this could, as people said, come from the neighboring home. It is not necessarily from that below. All the houses, the neighboring houses, could be full of equipment. And I said it to police. Do nothing. Maybe they're, because protecting Pistorius, he is as a human, not an enemy, but maybe now. Pistorius, defense minister, and then Merz was only once. He is no enemy, but not a friend. I know nothing, and Merkel is not, and Steinmeier is not. The president in Bellevue, of course. And this is not that I complain about them. I'm only saying people do not look into it. They think I could be assessed by neurological or psychiatric things. This is ridiculous. This is rather ridiculous. To work with the life of people, this is really ridiculous. Even that. What is that? What is he doing? What is she doing? What are those? What are those? Forget it. Those two politics. I have nothing against them. Nothing. Nothing against them, but not following. The idea, those could stand on my behalf, not representing my interest. I learned people wanted to have me on the left or on the right. No. Warsaw Pact? Who is that? Those were interested without even having been dated. Why had they been interested? What is that? This girl, she was in danger? Who is that? This is the painter, yeah? He was really not wanting to be tricked. Who is that? Fellow students, not more. Fellow students only. But this does not make them enemies. And in Berlin, I was for security reasons not there. There was a voyage of the class, and then some said, someone said, you were that quiet, dringend. This is the style. I'm not saying it is, and there I need your income, a bit of it. This is really, if you're interested in real looking into it, in really good investigation, because that is not being done. This is me, and it is not that this is not my hand. It is. But it is not in my hand. I'm looking quite healthy, but I'm not. This is a private meeting, somehow. He is not representing me. She is not representing, he not. No one, never. This is your idea, and you, most likely, taking advantage about something I'm not understanding, and people do not even have the specialist. Police can do nothing. Then I think, and I'm not exaggerating, then I myself have more ideas how to solve it than those having been here September the 16th. Yes, maybe I said there are cameras, I said it, because what will people do, most likely? Wanting to bust me because I've broken some privacy law. I'm not doing that. This is only paper. This is only paper. This is not saying that I have something against them. And this was the start, and I only survived because people were looking more than being necessary into my survival interests. And I have it right now. And I had an ache while sleeping. Something could have done by technology, not inside this house. This would be DDR style. There is something detected, and then it could be, and this is dishonesty. Even a child could do better. This is dishonesty, very much dishonesty. And people following the DDR style, the Eastern style, they have something found, and then it is up to you. This is to picture my complaint, and I'm not following the idea that you come with this stupid idea. I filed a complaint with the Americans because those give it to the United Nations, and then there was this doctor's office, and there was a man, I understood, he was having sworn in something. He was being following orders. Of course, how do the Allied groups had it? Isn't it following orders? What can police do? Nothing. They follow that what is in the files, and that is wrong, and you cannot look into it. I'm not going to any psychiatrist because I have no need to do so. And I'm not following any orders, but I'm not resisting. I'm resisting the idea you follow the lie, the untruth. Have you any honor left in the Western? In the Eastern there is even a war because of honor questions. I'm not saying this is good or bad. I'm saying this is something, a real spider. Yes, nothing to do with it, but can you say what that is? By looking from afar, or by looking at this photograph, maybe it is artificial. But that's what you could know. There had been the real event of the liberation of the people being imprisoned from Viktoria Luise Platz. And my mother had inside knowledge that an architect was building this cultural diversity, and this was the idea, not to be on one side, even if you have your own standpoint. And my standpoint is not of interest to you. My interest is that it is ridiculous to call this police work. It is ridiculous you think that the Chancellor is doing something in my interest or in the interest of truth. He is negotiating at the table as it has always been. This is not against one Chancellor and not against Merkel. But I'm not following the idea, this is my country. Maybe the bottom, maybe the old castles, but the people there, do they follow the ideas of the World Bank? Horst Köhler is not my president, and the others are not. He is president representing politics. I was forced to live somewhere. I cannot move to the moon. And Papa, he was finished because of that what he had gone through. My mother, she said, I only have you. And then she was commercially counseling. And I had to learn to protect by staying out of it and to look at things who could be dangerous. This is not intelligence. This is your own thinking. Intelligence is manufacturing things and giving you the wrong idea. Isn't that what intelligence in the Cold War was all about? And you as a detective, you are not only being able to look into the possibility that your own people are tricking you. This is the whole idea. Your own people are tricking. This is not representing me. And this is only classmates. And this is a spider you can't tell apart. And those are only classmates. And looking back, I feel myself being tricked because one of them, or a fellow co-worker, was in the street talking nonsense. People are doing something. And this is really important. Please look at those videos and at all the others. This is not too much. Or you will be ashamed at the end, if there is, and politics will hinder it. And I'm not sided. My roots are deep in German culture. I'm not forfeiting that. But I'm not being represented by politics. I have to accept those do the work. Please be careful. Something's going on. And I filed a complaint, even if it is a questioning only. You might look into it. Police is not working right because following wrong orders. And doctors are even like politicians sometimes. And this is known. Please look 20, 40 years back. And then there was a complaint, and really, then was the neurological doctor's office with 12 doctors. I'm not saying those are evil. They are not. But one of them, at the time, I don't think he is there anymore, because the appearance, this is not identification. I can't say. I can't say. And this is because I learned to look out for the enemies because of the standpoint of my mother. And she had something in the liberation of the prisoners of Viktoria Luise Platz, maybe 1941 or 1942. And then she herself was in a concentration camp, and she said not more than 5-6 days. Wasn't that dangerous enough? Her little income was at social insurance level. Why did my mother not sign something? Because the own, no, not the own, looking at the own, the people administering this countryside, the people administering this countryside are not ashamed to be looking like enemies. Those can be at home and cross me out as well. This is nothing new. I'm not on the table to be negotiated about. These are policemen. I have personally nothing against them. But are those protection? Do they know about the air? About radio waving? About electricity? About the 3, 4, 5 component thing to do damage? Are those even believing people could be evil? And those are things, don't look at Russia in one. It's not a box. The Russian people are several. Ukrainians and Russians are brothers, but fighting war, raging warfare. And Polish? Are they in a box, or have they? something to say? I don't know. And this is with this countryside the same. This is the Federal Republic. I was asked, and I said I cannot say it is not my country because I'm living there. It is a host country that is having me as a guest. And I said it in the 90s. How come you don't know? Maybe you have no idea what's going on. And do you think I have an idea? No, I have not. But I say it again. This is negligence for years. And then it is something that is very much not the danger. It is a thing that could work like a telephone, people said. And it cannot be taken out easily. But this night I had an ache in the head, but this could come from something else. Maybe people are having, in German, a Wanze, they're having equipment to hear what I'm saying, or to look even, and this is not allowed. It was not even accepted. People are making up things to then go to the table, and it would be illegal if people had already done so. I have not even started to understand what this is all about, and I couldn't. People are lying, telling things, and then was being said, oh, you already could have known if you had listened. What nonsense. What nonsense. I heard the other way, and another, I could not. And then thinking, oh, he has 200% of intelligence. Oh, how stupid this can be. Please take into consideration there is even politically influence very much into police work and very much into doctoring. And this is the complaint, and I did it, and I couldn't give you the evidence. People are expecting things from an individual you might not believe. Please take it seriously. This is a complaint. This whole system is not being interested enough. There's not even an ambassador in China. He was then negotiated about, or what did the papers say? Please answer directly. I have no trust in the working system on several layers. Maybe you do the difference. Think internationally and individually. This is international, big individuality, merchandise, the learning to protect yourself, but it did not work out for everyone. And I don't know how long I can stay it. 28 minutes, 15 seconds. Thank you very much. This is Friedrich, like in the other videos, but this could be tricked. And then you have another layer and someone else above it, looking like me. Maybe this is already done, and it is a trick with digital things coming on the market, and it was in the computer newspapers like IT. No, it was CT, PC World, and so on. And it had been in the library, all those technologies, the Secret Service technologies. And this is really a thing that people could have looking at ants or at beekeeping, picturing. Those have magnifying, and then you could have it, and you are having it in the zoo, in the circus, in other places to steer animals. This can be used for harm. And what I need is being taken seriously. It is about me, not about the others. Think about it once. Thank you very much. And the others are under a kind of protection, because I do not want my surrounding being tampered with. Thank you very much. 29:45, 28th December 24.